Hello, so I thought I'd do a quick video today about making infusions sprays. I've got this infusion by paperArtsy. This is the terracotta one. There's a lot of different colours, they're all fab, and I've made sprays with quite a few of them. Let's see, put the colours out here for you to see. Some are ones that I've mixed myself, namely, let's see, this one, that one and that one. So we'll group them. So this one is Golden Sands. This one was I think the Sage mostly. That one was Simply Scarlet. This one was Rusty, the Rusty one. And then these were three that I mixed myself. This one was a mixture of the blackcurrant, the raspberry and a little bit of violetta. This one was just a mixture of quite a few to create a brown. And then I put a sort of a little bit of red in to make a sort of a warm brown. This one was some of the blues mixed together, and it went quite black because I put black night in it as well. But it's a nice dark one for contrast. So those are the ones I've got mixed so far. They're all in these little spray bottles by paperArtsy, which are absolutely brilliant. I love them. I can't remember how much they retail at, but anyway, they're just a little mini mister, and they've got infusions down the side. It's sort of embossed in, and I just use one of those and my infusions, and then I've got a bigger spray bottle, which was it's an antibacterial multi-surface cleaner bottle, which I just cleaned out and used for water. Quite often I use bottled water, and then it's sort of a little bit less likely to go off. Alright, so we've got our infusions. As I say, this is paperArtsy Infusions Terracotta. I'm just going to put quite a lot sorry for the noise, in the bottom. Keep shaking it because it does. I've got a very small hole in the top here, and it does sometimes clog up. So I'm just going to put a reasonable amount in. This spray bottle was actually already wet because I'd cleaned it out, so it's activating the powders as they go in. You can take the top off a bottle. Let's see if I've got a bit of spare paper that I can use to catch any surplus. That's got a hole in it. Yeah. Right. I always put things onto a piece of paper if I'm taking the lid off. Can you see it's just settled at the top? So I'm going to give it a tap so that it all goes down. And you can see I've got infusions on here. That's why I put it onto a piece of paper. So I've sprinkled quite a lot of the powder into the bottle. Put the cap on again and set that aside. And it doesn't look as if there's much powder there, but if I rehydrated that, there'd be quite a lot, so I'm going to just put that in there. So we've got a reasonable amount of powder, and then I'm just going to spray some water into the spray bottle, into the little one. Now you can see there's some of the walnut crystals are on the edges. Then I'm going to shake it for quite a while. I don't shake it up and down because then the walnut crystals that aren't yet dissolved might work their way up the tube into the spray and block it. So I do it side to side. So that's fairly dissolved. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it aside for 10 minutes. Keep shaking it every so often until everything is diluted. Right, so we're back. I've left it a little while to dissolve the crystals, kept giving it a shake. So I thought we'd give it a go now. So I've got one of my little journals. This is just a cheap one from the works. I don't buy expensive journals because I do a lot of journaling and I go through so many. I've just put this page underneath just to protect the underneath pages. This is my PBO gesso, which I've got in my sauce bottle. So I can just get as little as I want. I've just put it out onto my glass mat and I'm just going to pick it up with my brayer. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. And I'm just going to add some gesso to my page. I don't mind if it doesn't cover everywhere. I quite like some areas where there's a gap. So that's one page. What I'll do is I'll do a second page just so I don't waste the gesso. And it dries quite quickly. So let's put that over there. Bit of quick blast. Yeah. And then I can put my first page, give it a quick blast. It's more or less dry. There we are. I'm just going to put an old tea towel at the back just so that I don't get spray on the things at the back of my work surface. So we've got our terracotta spray. Just give it a spray to get it going. There we are. And it will react differently where the gesso is to where there isn't any gesso. What I'm going to do is just get a piece of just plain copier paper. It's fairly thick copier paper. Actually, it's like cardstock. And I'm just going to lay it over the top. And press down. We get this, which we can use later. But we get a really nice effect where the gesso acts as a resist. You can see. I'm just going to pick that bit of ink there. We'll move that and then you can see that a lot better. So we've got a nice, interesting effect. But we have also got this as well, which is the start of another background. So that's the terracotta spray. What I might do is give it another go. It's quite nice to build up the layers. So we'll give it another I like to dip the sprays just into plain water when I've finished with them, just to clean the nozzles a little bit, just so that there's no chance of them bunging up. Now I could dry that as is, but I think I'm going to go back again and just pick up a bit more of that. So we've got a few more speckles. Quick dry. So that's really nice. Do I want to add another colour? I might add a little bit of the dark one, which this was Black Knight in the navy and a couple of others. And I've found if I give a sort of a slight pressure rather than consistent pressure, I can get splatters, which I like. Again, we'll go back in with our paper. We're just building the layers up basically. I like this. I need a bit more over there, I think. No. Still need a bit more. I think we'll go back with the terracotta. So I'm not loving that area. That spray bottle was one of the ones that was... It's one I've had rusting powder in, and it's done something to the spray bottle, so it's not the best one. Last. If there's areas that you don't want as deep, touch them with a cotton bud and it will just take some of the colour out. I'm quite liking that pooling at that side. But I want some splashes as well, so I'm just taking the sprayer out and just splashing it. Right. As you can see, we're getting quite interesting marks and effects. I'm just going to remove a little bit of that. Now I'm quite happy with that, but I'd like to show you what else you can do. Just dab some of that off where it's wet. So I have some water which has got, I put my brushes into a pot that's got water and shower gel in it. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that water and just splash it around, concentrating more on the corners where I've got the interest. There we are. And then when that dries, it'll be really quite interesting. Smells lovely as well. Again, if we've got too much water, that's it. Oops. I was knocking something down. Right, we'll take our protector page out and I'll put this under a thick book to flatten it out. But if you can see, it's got some lovely texture from the gesso resist, the two different colours of the sprays. It looks really nice and it's a really nice background to start with. I have got on my glass mat a nice lot of, I don't know if you can see it, there's some pooled ink and some gesso. So I'm going to pick that up on my other sheet. So I'm just going to press my sheet on it and see what happens, what we get. Not a great deal, but that would be quite interesting as part of a background. We've got a start and it isn't wasted. So that's creating the spray and using it combined with gesso. The whole point of this little video was to announce that I've actually got to 1,000 subscribers on my channel. I'm really, really happy and so grateful to everybody that subscribes and follows me and watches the videos. I love to inspire people. It's just one of the joys of my life. I love to teach. Unfortunately, I can't do that in real life anymore. So the next best thing is doing these videos on YouTube and sharing them with people. I love it when anybody takes one of my techniques or something I've adapted from somebody else and uses it and shows me the results. So with that in mind, I'm going to do a giveaway. paperArtsy have very kindly agreed to give 2 of the spray bottles, the empty spray bottles, to create infusion sprays, and 2 of the infusions, 2 of the bottles of infusions, for me to give away. So I would like you to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment on this video, and if possible pop over to the paperArtsy people Facebook group and leave a comment on the post there. I will announce the winner in the paperArtsy people group, on my Instagram and also on my Facebook page. So make sure to follow me on Instagram, on my Facebook page or here, and I will announce the winner. I'll do that a week after I've posted this video. So the details will be in the blurb at the bottom of this video. So check it out, follow the links, and good luck.